What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Jobbers and Goons, and having seen the poll for the Goon Explains videos, I saw there was a lot of love for the dragonborn from Skyrim. So today's Goon Explains is going to be a video breaking down the dragonborn and why he should terrify you, especially if you're doing versus matchups. Because that motherfucker is strong. But anyways, if you guys enjoy content like this, smash the like button. Let's try to hit 100 likes. That would be amazing to help my channel grow. We're on the road to 20k, as well as if you subscribe. That would be awesome. And if you want to see your favorite content either here on the coffee shop, you can hit me up on Discord to talk about purchasing. Or you can join my Discord server and try to get into the video giveaways. I frequently give away videos, whatnot, during games and all that in the server, and we have well over 600 people there, so definitely pull up and have a great time. But anyways, getting back to this, we are going to talk about the dragonborn. I went ahead and dusted off the old research files on Dovahkiin and dragonborn. I played the fuck out of Skyrim for a long time. I played Oblivion as well, and I read most of the files on the database online for the lore to Tamriel and all the realms beyond in Skyrim. So we're going to go over why Dragonborn is just so OD. First of all, who the hell is the Dragonborn? Now, the Dragonborn is a being born with an ancient trait passed down to mystic-worthy warriors, which allows him to access higher realms of power. For example, he can use the Dragon Rend, which transcends all voice usages, which I'll talk about in a bit. But the Dragonborn, with this ability to combat dragons, make them face their mortality and taking them down, in his quest to rid the land of evil and establish his own will as the last Dragonborn, makes Skyrim one of the craziest games and settings, but it also begs to question how strong is Dragonborn, and I think that answer will surprise you for those who aren't familiar with the lore or scaling, because it gets quite ridiculous. So, an example of this is early on. Before you even reach level 5, you meet a character that compares your power to at least half of a Daedric prince. Keep in mind, these Daedric princes are archetypal beings that have their own realms that exist outside of the dimensions of creation, right? Like, there's several layers to the verse, and the Daedric princes are big dogs. They're not the biggest dogs, but they're pretty serious. And they're a good measurement for scaling because they're at least outer. And you by just like level 5. Like, in lore, you already have power like half of a Daedric prince at least. And so, just with that knowledge alone, you look around at the world at level 5. Mud crabs are still a threat to you. Saber-tooths, bears, all that. They're still threats to you. They scale to that. That's crazy to think about. Walking around facing threats like this, hone a warrior quickly in the world of Skyrim. One of my favorite games, by the way. And we see that the Dragonborn, even early on, has the power to be at least outer in scaling, already making him one of the strongest video game characters out there. He then obviously progresses throughout the game, honing his magic, skills, and combat, physicality, as well as allegiances and traits, to better shape himself to combat the threats to the land, which is dragons, the return of dragons, right? Even having the ability to shout at them and bring them down. This Dragon Rend usurps all voices and shouts, which is crazy because dragons use shouts and literally yell at each other in battle by manipulating truth. Whatever they want truth to be, that's what it is, and they battle about it. For example, if they want to say, I beat you, we would shout about it. And if I outshout you, that's the truth. I beat you, I'm above you. That's now literal truth. So they have that, as well as they are so far above concepts like mortality that they can't comprehend it. And the shout brings them down. Ignores that transcendence, almost like de-transcends them. I don't know how. Let me know down below how the fuck you would say that. I don't even know how you say that. But it brings down the dragons, make them now mortal and susceptible to that and damage, in which the dragonborn can slay them. He gets broken abilities and spells throughout the game. Not only can he render immortal beings mortal and bring them down, with some dragons being able to challenge even Daedric princes, he's able to face Alduin himself. Alduin, who literally on landing in Sovngarde and afterlife type existence and realm, that's many layers beyond what I already scaled to be outer for you. One of the early layers. Basically, you can argue the Heart of Nirn or the regular land, as it should also be referred to as the Heart of Lorkhan. And you could argue that outer because it can't be broken. It's like as strong, or if not above, Nirn itself. And it should scale to realms outside of it. So you can argue it's actually baseline outer already. But even ignoring that, the first layer after that is outer, and you get a few more, and then you get Sovngarde. Sovngarde, as soon as Alduin lands in it, he immediately subjects it to his hold, right? Like, instantly impacts the entire realm. This is high outer speed and AP and hacks, right? Like, Alduin at this point is a fucking big dog. He's a problem for most, if not all, of the video game characters, right? Despite knowing he's going to be battling a big dog like Alduin at this stage, Dragonborn pulls up again. The Dovahkiin pulls up again for the smoke. He can, at this point, even casually summon allies from beyond the bounds of time and space to instantly help him, and runs down on Alduin using the culmination of his mortality ability, making you mortal and susceptible to damage, his spirit attacks, his elemental attacks. He can even, if he wants to, transform into a werewolf or vampire, depending on the route he took. He can do damage with his magic swords and other spells after rendering it mortal. All these abilities allow for the Dragonborn and lore to take down Alduin. With Alduin at one point, who obviously displayed like irrelevant speed and high outer AP with the Sovngarde bullshit, he fully acknowledges that the last Dragonborn is his superior in power. That's insane. This man Dragonborn's walking around basically adding whatever power and amps he wants to, depending on where he is in the lore, doing what he wants, fighting who he wants, defeating the Ebony Warrior, who's supposed to be the strongest in the lands in eons. I mean, all these traits add up to one of the scariest video characters we've ever seen. One of the hardest characters to make good matchups for, because maxed out Dragonborn is not someone you want to fuck with. His hacks are just OD. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think of the Dovahkiin. What did you think of Skyrim? What do you think of his scaling? Do you think he's that powerful, or do you think it's dumb that his lore goes like that? Let me know in the comment section down below. Run the likes up. Make sure to subscribe. And join the Discord server. We're almost at 650. We're pushing towards 700 after that. And yeah, I'm super excited to see y'all there. Anyways, it's been your boy, Jobbers and Goons, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.